We all know the rules of a zombie movie. The dead rise, they eat the living, and the goal is simple: survive. But what if survival wasn't the point? What if death wasn't the end, but just the beginning of something far worse? That's the kind of horror Lucio Fulci brought to the screen. While George Romero gave zombies meaning, turning them into metaphors for consumerism, disease, or societal collapse, Fulci gave them texture. His zombies rot, they leak, they fall apart in slow, agonizing detail. This isn't the clean, fresh dead look you see in most films. Fulci's undead feel like they have been pulled straight out of the earth, worms and all. In this video, we're digging into Fulci's unique take on the zombie genre, and how Zombie, City of the Living Dead, and The Beyond didn't just add gore to horror, they added decay. Chapter 1. Not Romero's Zombies. When most people think zombie, they think Romero, and for good reason. He invented the modern version. Slow, stumbling, mindless, and hungry. His zombies were scary, sure, but they also had something to say. Dawn of the Dead wasn't just about survival, it was about how we keep going through the motions even in death. Now enter Fulci. Where Romero's zombies were barely dead, Fulci's had been dead for way too long. Their skin is peeling, their eyes are milky, their bodies swollen with rot. They're not metaphors, they're not symbols, they're just gross. And honestly, that's what makes them so scary. Chapter 2. Zombie, the dead don't stay dead. Fulci's Zombie was originally marketed in Italy as Zombie 2, a fake sequel to Dawn of the Dead. But it's very much its own beast. There's no shopping mall, no commentary, just an island full of the worst possible versions of the undead. Yes, that really happened. A zombie fights a shark, but even that weird, surreal moment is dripping with dread. These zombies move like they have forgotten how bones work. They're bloated, brittle, wrong, and when they attack, it's never quick. Fulci doesn't cut away, he makes you watch. Because that's the point. His zombies don't kill for shock value, they kill slowly, as if time itself is falling apart. Chapter 3. City of the Living Dead. The dead break reality. If Zombie was Fulci's response to Romero, City of the Living Dead is where he started doing his own thing entirely. A priest hangs himself, a gate to hell opens, and reality starts to unravel. These zombies don't follow the rules. They appear out of nowhere. They stare at you until your body turns inside out. They don't walk, they manifest. And then there's the infamous maggot storm. It's real, those are actual maggots. Fulci had them dumped onto the actors because he wanted you to feel it. That's what makes his films so unnerving. They aren't just gory, they're gross, visceral. You don't just see the horror, you feel it squirming under your skin. Chapter 4. The Beyond. Nothing left to escape. By the time Fulci made The Beyond in 1981, he wasn't even pretending to follow logic. This movie is a dream, or a nightmare, or maybe both. The setup. A woman inherits a hotel that happens to be built over one of the 7 gates of hell. Things fall apart. People die in bizarre ways. The dead show up where they shouldn't, and nothing makes sense, because it's not supposed to. In the end, the characters try to escape, but there's nowhere left to go. They end up in a blank, colorless void. No time, no space, no hope. Their eyes go white. They're not alive, they're not dead. They're just gone. Fulci doesn't explain it. He doesn't have to. Because in The Beyond, death isn't the end. It's just the place you end up when there's nothing left. Chapter 5. The Legacy of Decay. For a long time, Fulci's films weren't taken seriously. Critics hated them, censors cut them to pieces. But horror fans, they knew. Because no one else was doing what Fulci did. That rotting, sludgy look you see in modern zombie makeup, that's Fulci. That surreal, dreamlike terror in indie horror films today, that's Fulci. The commitment to over-the-top practical gore, Fulci again. Even Romero adjusted his style in Day of the Dead. The zombies were more decomposed, more detailed, because Fulci showed what decay could look like and how terrifying it could be. Final thoughts. The undead don't rest. Lucio Fulci didn't make zombie movies about survival. He made movies where death was inevitable, where the horror wasn't the bite, but what came after, where even the rules of reality gave up. His zombies aren't trying to eat you, they're just dragging you back down with them. And the scariest part, they don't want anything, they don't need anything, they just are. And they're not going anywhere.